Hi everyone. In the last video we have seen the structure of this Arduino code or program with these two blocks, and also we have seen two real-world examples, which part of these examples or which kind of things should come inside the void setup and which kind of things should come inside the void loop, right? So today we will get into the technical details slowly, and also we will try to create a code to let's say blink an LED with this scenario, right? So our first code we will try to make it in this video, or otherwise we will make it in the continuous video. Anyway, we will continue from the last session. So as I said we run a particular set of code here and particular set of code here. So one is for one time and one is for repetitively, right? So I hope you can remember from the last video. So now okay, let's say if you do something, let's say we are going to blink an LED, right? So we are going to switch on an LED and switch off after some time. Blinking scenario, you know that, right? So that kind of scenario we can do with Arduino, right? It's totally possible. So for that we can try to write a code, because normally in Arduino every first code starts with blinking an LED. Like in Java and other programming language we start with the hello world. Here we normally start with blinking an LED, right? So switching on and switching off an LED, that's totally fine. So let's come to the point. So we can write some code here and we can upload the code or send the code to the Arduino programming board in some way. Okay, we all know that. Where? Here inside the brain. So if you want to switch on and switch off an LED, we need a separate LED, right? We need a separate LED, and that should be connected to this board. Yes or no? Let's say you are going to read some temperature value from a sensor and display, as I said. Then for that you need a separate temperature sensor. Right? So that sensor also should be connected to the board. So how we can connect? I already said we have the input output pins. So using the pins we can connect whatever the thing or gadget we have with the Arduino. Okay, so which are the pins? These holes, you can see the holes here. These holes are the pins, so you can take a wire and input inside that. Okay, so what you can do is you can take a wire and connect to whatever your gadget one side, okay, or here, and bring that gadget the other side of the wire into any of the pin that is supposed to be connected, like this. Okay, you can put it inside the hole. So the hole is the particular pin number, right? I mean, whatever the number near the hole, respective number will be the pin number. Okay, so let's think about a LED, right? First, so if you are going to play around with an LED, what you have to do is you have taken an LED. I will again take an LED. Okay, so an LED will look like this. You know what an LED is? An LED will look like this. So this is positive terminal. I'm sorry about this, my drawing, and this is the negative terminal. So short one is negative terminal, you know it. So okay. Then you can take a wire and if you want to have a resistor, you can have a resistor, and also you can take a wire and connect it here and connect to any pin that you want. You can connect to this pin, or you can connect to some other pin. Any pin you want, you can connect. Okay. Then in the code we will say few things, because we have the numbers right here, pin reference number. So in the code we can, using the number, we can say switch on the LED in the particular number, then Arduino will switch on. So this is how this Arduino scenario is going to work. You understand? So it's a bit different from other code. Okay, that's fine. So now, holding it there, we will have to see a scenario about these inputs and outputs. Okay. Because when it comes to Arduino pins, we are talking about I/O pins. This I/O stands for input and output, input pins and output pins. So now you, from what I have talked up to now, you might be getting some idea. We are talking about two things as input and output. So with Arduino we can have two things. One is input and output. So what we can say is few things can be input, few things can be outputs in respective to Arduino, or in the point of view of Arduino. Few things can be input and few things can be output. So let's take some example. So as we know, what we normally do is we take the input, okay, then we process the input in the brain with the code and we give some output normally. Even the computer also doing the same, right? We take input from something, we process it and we give the output. Okay. So these input output pins are here, the processor is in the middle. So it's a microcontroller, but still it is doing the processing work. Let's get into the topic. So which kind of things can be an input and which kind of things can be an output in regard to or in the point of view of Arduino. So let's say we are going to blink an LED. So is there an input or output in the point of view of Arduino, because this code is going to be stored inside the Arduino's programming IC or microcontroller. So if I am going to play around with an LED, okay, so what are the outcomes? I can switch on the LED or switch off the LED. LED can be on or off. Okay, so someone can see that, right? So it can be on or off. So that means it can be neither 5 voltage or 0 voltage. 5 voltage mean on, 0 voltage mean off. So LED, so is Arduino is taking something from the LED as an input, or Arduino is giving some to the LED as an output? It is so obvious. Arduino is giving something to the LED as an output, LED as an output. That is why LED is either on or off. So from the Arduino we are saying LED is on, LED is off. So it's obviously an output. Or in another word, from the Arduino we are giving 5 voltage to the LED, or we are giving 0 voltage to the LED. So if we are giving 5 voltage, it is on. If we are giving 0 voltage, it is off. In other words, if you connect an LED to an Arduino, and the user can see an outcome of either on or off, it's an outcome, right? So LED or LED blinking scenario is an output in the point of view of Arduino. What about an alarm? You are connecting an alarm to the Arduino. Let's say there's a fire, then Arduino is switching on an alarm. It's an output, right? What about a temperature sensor from which Arduino is reading the data? You are connecting a temperature sensor to an Arduino. So now tell me whether the data or something is going from Arduino to the temperature sensor, or something is coming from the temperature sensor to the Arduino. The data, the temperature value is coming from the sensor to the Arduino, right? So in the point of view of Arduino, something is coming in. So it's an input, right? So let's say temperature sensor. Okay. So what else? Any kind of sensor is something, an input to Arduino, but because the meaning of the sensor is, what is that? It is sensing some data and sending to some place. So since the sensor is sending something to some place, we have connected the sensor to Arduino only. So it is going to send the data to the Arduino. So in the point of view, it's input. What about motor? It is an output, because if you connect a motor to Arduino, motor is going to rotate or stop or going to do something. So it's an output. Motor is getting an output, right, from Arduino, because Arduino is not getting anything from the motor, but Arduino is giving some signal to the motor so that the motor can work. So it's an output, right? So user input, since it's an input, still user input is an input. Let's say you are having a keypad and you are giving some input. So in the point of Arduino, so keypad is connected to the Arduino, you are typing something, so Arduino is getting the data. So for Arduino, it's an input. What about switches? So these switches are something like switches that can give some input to Arduino, and Arduino will read, okay, this switch is pressed or not, or released or not, and depending on that, Arduino can give some output. Okay, so in that scenario, switches are normally input. If you don't understand this, just don't worry. When you study, you will understand. For the moment, you can see you have connected a switch to an Arduino pin, and if you press the switch, Arduino will understand that and do some work according to your code. If you release the switch, it will understand that also and do some another work. So according to the Arduino, what is the meaning of it? It will realize whether the switch is pressed or not. So the data whether the switch is pressed or not is coming to the Arduino from the switch, right? So it is also an input. So I think now you got some idea about the input and output. We will continue from the next video, since it is almost 10 minutes. Hold on guys, I will catch you up in the next video.